Croeso pawb to the spring sale PSN sale. Great news, I found some really cool games for you to play, and you can save a load of money on them as well. So don't forget to subscribe, and you'll never miss a good sale again. You're welcome here anytime. Okay, this sale ends on the 12th of April, so that'll be your last day to pick up these deals. Let's look at the games. First up is 7 Days to Die. It was released in 2016, so it's 7 years old, and it's on a 90% discount for the low price of £2.99, which is the cheapest I've ever seen it, and a really great deal for a really cool looking game. This survival game is set in a zombie apocalypse, where hordes of the undead come for you every 7 days, so to survive you must scavenge the ruins of humanity, looking for all the things you need to make it through to the next day. It features building, crafting, RPG systems, loot, local 2-player split screen, and online 4-player co-op as well, which is really good. This game is basically a big boy Minecraft, crossed with The Walking Dead, which is just as amazing as it sounds. If you like open world games where you get to explore and build bases, and then scavenge for resources to make guns and bikes and all sorts of stuff, you'll really enjoy this game. Like I said, it's basically a big boy Minecraft, but without the mining, and with some Walking Dead sort of themes to it. So if you're a fan of zombie apocalypses, or you just like building and scavenging games, this is a really decent one. I'm even tempted myself. It's well worth taking a look at, why not check it out? And hey, if you've never played a survival game before, this is a really good place to start. It includes local and online multiplayer options, so you can play it with friends, partners, whoever you want. And because it's not an online only game, you don't have to worry about them turning the servers off, so you'll always be able to play it, and you'll be able to work on your game for years to come, without any worries, which is really good. So if you like the look of this game, or you always wanted to try a survival game, why not check this out? It's a really good one, and it's at a really good price as well. Definitely take a look at it if you're interested. Our next game is Adrift. It was released in 2016, so it's 7 years old, and it's on an 80% discount for the low price of £3.19, which is really good. This is a survival adventure game where you play as an astronaut stranded in the wreckage of a destroyed space station, and now you must salvage tech and repair the systems in order to survive and call for help. I bought this game a while back, and I really enjoyed it. It was really cool and fun and different, and I found it very interesting to play, with some really stunning views, and I really enjoyed the gameplay. It's quite short, but it's a lot of fun and I really enjoyed every second of it. Highly recommended if you like anything to do with space, or if you just like survival adventure games in general. It's definitely worth taking a look at. Next up is My Star by Bastion. It was released in 2015, so it's 8 years old, and it's on an 85% discount for the crazy low price of £1.79, which is the cheapest I've ever seen it, and a really good deal for such an amazing game. In this game you control a kid, as he explores floating fantasy worlds, fighting enemies in a desperate attempt to collect the shards to power the Bastion in the wake of an apocalyptic calamity, while a dynamic narrator describes your adventure. This game had rave reviews when it came out, and there's a good reason for that. It's an awesome game, with a really cool art style and a great narrator that's very unique and interesting as well. If you're a fan of top-down action RPGs, you'll really enjoy this game, so definitely check it out if you're a fan of the genre. And hey, if you've never played an action RPG like this before, then I would definitely recommend it. It's a great example of the genre, and it's a really cheap price, so definitely take a look at it if you're interested. Like I said, it's My Star by. It's well worth your time. Why not check it out? You won't be disappointed, I promise. We have an amazing AAA bundle next. The Batman Arkham Collection. It was released in 2018, so it's 5 years old, and it's on an 80% discount for the low price of £10.99, which is the cheapest I've ever seen it, and an amazing deal for 3 AAA games of this quality, as it includes the first 3 Batman Arkham games with all of their DLC included, and the first 2 are remastered as well. So you're getting the best versions of the games with all of their content included, which is amazing. You can't ask for anything else. In these third-person action-adventure games, you play as the Dark Knight, fighting a host of classical villains across 3 full AAA games set in Arkham Asylum and Gotham City. It features tons of Batman gadgets and vehicles, with an awesome combat system and a great story as well. If you're a superhero fan, especially a Batman fan, you'll love these games, so if you haven't played them, you should definitely pick them up. It's great value, and they're really awesome games. You'll really enjoy them, I promise. And hey, if you've never played a game like this before, this is a great place to start, apart from the fact you're buying 3 games, so it's a big risk to take if you don't end up liking them. But hey, if you like open world action games, or third person action games in general, you might really enjoy these games. You probably wouldn't, only if you don't like superheroes, which is a bit odd these days, but you never know. In any case, if you like the sound of them, check them out. They're well worth looking at. We have an action-adventure next, Crossing Souls. It was released in 2018, so it's 5 years old, and it's on an 85% discount for the low price of £1.79, which is the cheapest I've ever seen it, and a really great deal. This action-adventure RPG follows a group of 5 friends who find a pink gem that allows travel between 2 realms. The friends live the summer of their lives on an adventure that tangles them up in a government conspiracy. So yeah, it's basically a Stranger Things rip-off, or it's directly ripping off the stuff Stranger Things ripped off. Either way, it's a rip-off. But it looks like a pretty decent one, so if you're looking for a 16-bit RPG with a bit of an 80s style and theme to it, then look no further than this. It looks really decent. We have a puzzle platformer next, Degrees of Separation. It was released in 2019, so it's 4 years old, and is on a 90% discount for the low price of £1.59, which is the cheapest I've ever seen it, and a fantastic deal. In this game you play as Ember and Rhyme, who use their powers of fire and ice to manipulate the environment, and combine them to create wind, explosions, and more to solve puzzles along the way. It features a story written by Chris Avallone, and 2-player co-op as well, so I'm sure it's a really good game to play with a mate or a kid. I'm a big fan of puzzle platformers, and this looks like a really unique one, designed more around 2 players, but you can play it on your own, working together to solve the puzzles and progress the story. It just looks like a really cool game for fans of puzzle platformers. So if that sounds like you, why not take a look at this game? My gut feeling says it's really good, and you'll probably really enjoy it if you like this genre. And hey, if you've never played a puzzle platformer before, then I'm not sure if I'd recommend this one. You have a ton of options in this genre, and you can get a load of them for about the same price as this. Ones that are much more AAA, and ones that have much better reputations than this. This definitely isn't a bad game, so if you like the look of it, you should check it out. But you have so many options, you're not missing out if you skip this game. You can pick up others that you'll enjoy just as much, or more even. So don't worry about it. If you're short of money or you're not sure, subscribe, and I'll help you find another puzzle platformer in another sale instead. We have some Warhammer 40k next. Space Hulk Deathwing Enhanced Edition. It was released in 2018, so it's 5 years old, and it's on a 75% discount for the price of £6.24, which is a really good price, especially as this edition includes new modes with randomized objectives and enemies, a new class, weaponry, enemies, and customizations as well, so you're getting a load of extra additions for the best version of the game, which is really cool. This is a first-person shooter where you play as a space marine of the Deathwing and engage in a desperate battle against gene stealers within a Space Hulk. You get to gain skills and abilities while playing solo or with 4-player online co-op, which is awesome. More FPSs should have online co-op. I can't believe I haven't heard much about this game before because the premise looks awesome and the gameplay looks fun as hell. It just looks really, really good. I can't believe more people don't talk about this game. Especially if you got friends to play with, it looks like an absolute blast. In any case, Warhammer fans, first-person shooter fans, take a look at these games, because they look really good, but if not, at this price, you'll probably have a lot of fun anyway. Tesla Grad is our next game. It was released in 2015, so it's 8 years old, and is on an 80% discount for the low price of £2.39, which is the cheapest I've ever seen it, and a really good deal. In this puzzle platformer, you must ascend the long-abandoned Tesla Tower, utilizing Tesla Man's magnetic abilities to solve puzzles and progress even higher, uncovering a conspiracy involving the despotic king who rules with an iron fist along the way. I've completed this game. It was another game that was free on PS3 years ago, and I really enjoyed it. As far as puzzle platformers go, this is a really good one, with a pretty decent story and a lot of really fun gaming mechanics. So if you're a fan of puzzle platformers, definitely check this out. It's well worth a look. And hey, if you've never played a puzzle platformer before, this is a really decent one. It may be a little old now, but it's a lot of fun to play, and it's a really good game. So if you're tempted at all, why not take a look at it? It's well worth your time and money, I promise. And the final game I have for you is Valley. It was released in 2016, so it's 7 years old, and it's on an 85% discount for the low price of £1.79, which is the cheapest I've ever seen it for non-PS Plus users, which is great for everyone. In this adventure game, hidden deep within the Rocky Mountains, you find the Leaf Suit, a unique piece of technology that allows you to run and jump vast distances. And using this new technology, along with some new abilities you pick up, you must command life and death to explore the valley and uncover its hidden mysteries. This game really intrigued me when I seen the trailer for it. I'm surprised more people don't talk about it, because it feels sort of like Bethesda Fallout-y in the aesthetic of the game, which you'll get if you see the trailer. And the story looks really cool. It looks kind of interesting, with some really cool game mechanics, and really good adventure puzzle sort of gameplay. I picked it up a while back myself, and I can't wait to get around to playing it. It looks like a really cool adventure game that's a bit different and unique. So if you like the sound of it as much as I do, why not check it out? You'll probably really enjoy yourself. And hey, if you've never played a puzzle adventure game before, then this might be a good place to start. It's really cheap, it's interesting, and it looks pretty cool. So if you're intrigued at all, or you've always wanted to try a game like this, then why not take a look at it? You might just find your new favourite genre, and a game you really enjoy. So check it out. And that's all the games I have for the spring sale PSN sale. First up, I have an update on my VR video. I've got the Saints and Sinners PS5 update, and I've played it, and I've done a comparison video and footage. The video I've done, which isn't going to be published, just compares the two games on both of the PSVR headsets. It's going to be part of my comparison in general when that comes out, which should be really soon. So keep an eye out for that, and I'll put a link in one of the descriptions when it's actually out. But it should be very soon, so you won't have to wait long. What did you think of the games I picked? Did I pick good ones or did I pick bad ones? And what about the star buy? Did it deserve it? Or should some other game have got it instead? Leave all your complaints down in the comments and we can talk about it later. Anyway, I hope you guys found some games you're interested in. But more importantly, I hope you saved a lot of money. I'll see you guys in the next sale. Au revoir.